Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Avignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. I welcome you all to second season of Siddhendra Aradhana 2022. This is second year hosting, and I'm immensely proud and honored to be a part of the Siddhendra Aradhana Festival. Like last year, this year also we have a theme. It's Ashtavidanayaka Avasthas. We have number of eminent gurus coming and performing on those Nayakas. The festival is going to be 3 days, today, tomorrow, and day after. It's going to be one of a kind, informative, educational, and also enjoyable. Let me introduce you to my co-host, Sneha Kaushik, who is going to be leading this Siddhendra Aradhana along with me.
Namaskara. Very, very warm welcome to the 2022 edition of the annual Siddhendra Aradhana. This festival is a celebration of classical dance forms and all its components, and not only a tribute to Lord Nataraja and Sri Siddhendra Yogi, but also a dedication to every teacher, student, and patron of the beautiful art forms that are not only our history, but also our treasure and our inheritance. We welcome you all to the second year running of this festival and look forward to all the numerous performances, interactive lectures, and reflections of art that will be available in the next 2 days. We encourage you all to soak in all of the immense teaching in these performances, as a student of the arts is always a student of the arts and always has the learning mindset. Although this festival required quite a few days of logistical planning, it also encompasses all the long years, hard days, and tough moments of dedication by each and every performer that will perform on the stage during the next 3 days. And while we are still restricted to a virtual environment due to the pandemic, we are also liberated from a geographical limitation, and we are able to welcome artists and viewers from all around the country and world. And on that positive note, let me introduce Meghana Totapalli, who will be singing the invocation song for the success of this event and for the peace of mind of everyone present, and also for peace around the world. Meghana Totapalli is a third-year medical student living in Columbus, Ohio. She has been singing and learning Carnatic music for 12 years under the tutelage of Srimati Aruna Darba. Meghana has participated in many different programs and competitions and has won several accolades, such as the first prize in the Columbus Papanasham Shivam competition in 2012, the third prize in the Cleveland's Tyagaraja Aradhana competition in 2017, and many more. She has also given several other performances throughout her music career. In the future, Meghana wishes to continue and expand her endeavors in Carnatic music. Welcome, Meghana.
Thank you so much. Namaskaram. Vallabhanayakasya Vallabhanayakasya Bhakto Bhavami Vallabhanayakasya Bhakto Bhavami Vallabhanayakasya Bhakto Bhavami Vanchitarthatayakasya Paramushikavahanasya Vallabhanayakasya Bhakto Bhavami Vanchitarthatayakasya Varamushikavahanasya Vallabhanayakasya भवामि पल्लवपदमृदुतरस्य 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 पाशाङ्कुशादिधरस्य पल्लवपदमृदुतरस्य पाशाङ्कुशादिधरस्य मल्लिकाजाजी चम्पकहारस्य मणिमालस्य मल्लिकाजाजी चम्पकहारस्य मणिमालस्य वल्लीविवाहकारणस्य गुरुः पूजितस्य वल्लीविवाहकारणस्य गुरुः पूजितस्य खालीफल मालिनी कमलाक्षी सन्नुतस्य वल्लीविवाहकारणस्य गुरुः पूजितस्य खालीफल मालिनी कमलाक्षी सन्नुतस्य वल्लभनायकस्य भवामि वाञ्छितार्थदायकस्य वरमूषिकवाहनस्य वल्लभ नायकस्य भवामि तां ददां ददधां ददां धीं दधीं ददधीं दधीं तां ददां ददधां ददां धीं दधीं ददधीं दधीं दं 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 दिं 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 तक्किट तकता हत किट तकता कुन्दरि तक झं तत्तरि किटतो झं तत्तरि किटतो जं तत्तरिकिटतं पाणि पराकु गीर्वाणी पराकु वीणा विमोहना वाणी पराकु वाणी पराकु गीर्वाणी पराकु वीणा विमोहना वाणी पराकु अम्बा पराकु देवी पराकु मम्मेलु मा शारदांबा पराकु संगीत साहित्य नाट्य सुपूजित जगति पालिंदी माता पराकु మూడు మూర్తులకు మూలమైన కూచిపూడిలో వెలసిన దేవి పరాకు వాణి పరాకు కీర్వాణి పరాకు వీణ విమోహన వాణి పరాకు వాణి పరాకు గిర్వాణి పరాకు వీణ విమోహన వాణి పరాకు వాణి పరాకు గిర్వాణి పరాకు వీణ విమోహన వాణి పరాకు గళములలో రవళించే మా పదములలో నినదించే మముదయ చూడుము వాణి మముదరి చేచుము వాణి గీర్వాణి అలివేణి మృదుపాణి పామర జన పాలిని पाहि बृहन्नायकी पामरजनपालिनी 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 कामितार्थफलदायिनी 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 कारुण्यामृतवाहिनी कामितार्थफलदायिनी कारुण्यामृतवाहिनी कोमलहृदयनिवासिनी कोमलहृदयनिवासिनि गुरुगुहमति प्रकाशिनि श्रीमन्दिरि नटमन्त्रिणि श्रीमहादेवरञ्जनि कोमलहृदयनिवासिनि गुरुगुहमति प्रकाशिनि श्रीमन्तिनि नटमन्त्रिणि श्रीमहादेवरञ्जनि पामर जनपालिनी पाहि बृहन्नायकी पामर जनपालिनी
What a beautiful, heartfelt start to the event, Meghna. Thank you so much. That was so melodious.
Thank you, Meghna. Really, it was really, really beautiful, and the way you sung it, it just uplifted my mood even more. And um, invocating of Lord Ganesha, and then of course my Kuchipudi village Mata. It's like really amazing. Thank you so much for your time, and also I know she's also a medical student who is doing her undergrad in Cincinnati, so she took her time in her busy schedule and came. Thank you, Meghna. Thank you so much.
Wish you all the best. We will begin this evening's repertoire of programs with Srimati Lakshmi Babu, who is an impactful teacher to many students in the Washington, D.C. metro area as the founder and director of the Kuchipudi Dance Academy. She has conducted 34 dance solo debuts performed by her students since 2002. In 2019, she received a master's degree in Kuchipudi dance from the Silicon Andhra University, California. The Kuchipudi Dance Academy, or KDA, was established in 1996 by Guru Srimati Lakshmi Babu in the DC metro area under the guidance of her guru, Padma Shri Dr. Shobha Naidu. This institution today has grown to encompass over 200 students with branches in Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. The KDA not only nurtures the growth of these students in the beautiful art form of Kuchipudi, but also serves a crucial role in raising awareness of the Indian classical dances in the DC metro area. Lakshmi Babu also trained under Guru Vempati Ravishankar, Guru Veena Murthy, and Guru Vedantam Venkatachalapati. Lakshmi Babu has conducted several tours and workshops for her gurus. She has produced many audio albums for her gurus, which are widely used by the Kuchipudi community worldwide. The Kuchipudi Dance Academy has crossed its 25th year milestone, and the 25th anniversary celebrations were held virtually in 2021. A finale titled Rajata Shobha, a grand tribute to Guru Shobha Naidu, will be held soon. We will be beginning with Saraswati Namostre by Sonika Pillai, and then Srimati Lakshmi Babu will portray Virahota Kantita via Jagu Chesane from Krishna Parijatam and Madana Daravu from Bhamakalpam.
Um, as I told you, we have a theme this year, Sneha. We have each and every dancer or a guru who is coming in these 3 days are going to portray one Ashtavidanayaka Avastha. So I mean, and it is one of the most eminent feature of any dance form for that matter. So we have Ashtavidhanayakas, which is eight Anayaka avasthas. So avastha is the stage of one particular heroine. So and each dance form has its own way of depicting the Nayaka. So not every although the basis of this Abhinaya is from the book written by Bharata Muni's Natya Shastra, but each dance has its own way of depicting abhinaya. So, for example, in Kathak, they have their own repertoire to follow, and in Mohiniyattam, they have their own repertoire. And day 3, and we are going to end with portraying each and every dance form. Well, I could get some few dance forms from India, which is like Mohiniyattam and Kathak. We have Manipuri, we have Bharatanatyam, of course, and we have Kuchipudi, which is going on. Like so, each and every dance form has their way of depicting, or the song which they choose is different. So it's going to be a fun event, and it's very interesting to watch how these dance forms are going to perform, or how these gurus are going to take. So each every guru has taken one particular avastha, uh, Ashtavidanayaka avastha. So it goes with Virahot Kantita, Vasak Sajja, Khandita. So people who are watching, these are the states of um, a heroine. So there are different heroines, and each heroine has one particular state. So how you are at that particular moment depicts that particular state. So that's what we are trying to represent this year. Last year we had Ramayana as theme, Rama as theme, not Ramayana, Rama as theme. And this year we're going to have focus on Abhinaya aspect of dance form. So when you think of Abhinaya, what do you see as an audience, Sneha?
I think when it comes to Abhinaya and dance, the Abhinaya portion is the portion of the dance that touches the audience hearts, because the technicality of dance can be taught,
Correct.
but the emotion has to be felt
Well,
both by the dancer and through the dancer by the
correct.
audience. So
Yes,
that is the heart and the soul of the performance, if you will.
performer. Yes. So
Yes, so
yeah,
that absolutely one of the most essential.
part of or integral part of a dance form, any dance form for that matter. So um, we have a wonderful invocation today, and now we have, as you have explained, Lakshmi Babu Garu coming in, and then her students will perform. She's performing on Jagu Jesine from Krishna Parijatam. It's one of the very famous, dance drama of Kuchipudi. Um, and then whoever is in this, whoever has learned Kuchipudi knows what Krishna Parijatam is. So she has taken that particular piece and started, she will be doing on that one. And then Madana Daru, again, that Daru is a part. So that part is again taken from Satyabhama Kalapam. You might have heard about Satyabhama Kalapam, and that is also the heroine, of course, Krishna's beloved Satyabhama. The whole dance drama is on Satyabhama. So, and then Lakshmi Babu, she has taken Madana Daruvu as her, highlighting piece of Vasaka Sajjanayaka, and she's performing that. And Virahot Kandita, she's performing Virahot Kandita, and that's really, really amazing to watch. So, let's wait for her to come onto the
Exactly.
picture.
And it
And
will be so inspiring to see how each of these dance gurus interpret each of these nayikas, because even though there is a broad agreement in the state, like you mentioned, there is also that individual interpretation that comes from every, and that is your own individual creativity. So it'll be so inspiring for everybody who's watching, students if they are watching and they are still in their earlier stages of learning dance. I think it goes a long way to understand that dance is not only nritta or the technical aspects, but also so much to do with bhavam and emotion and
Correct.
understanding the true meaning of the piece you're portraying. So it
Correct.
really
Exactly.
amazing
So
and
yeah, it's going to be really amazing. And towards the end today, we have a very seasoned and eminent artist, Sesikala Akka Vinamurthy. She is trained under the legendary guru, Dr. Venkatachina Sattam, and she's going to talk about her experiences of Abhinaya. So I would request all of them to stay until the end of the performance and watch this, and enjoy the rasa of Abhinaya. It's none. I mean, you just have to feel it. When you feel it, it comes out. So it's really, really, um, you know, I can't express in my words. The only thing I can say is it's just can be felt.
And before we begin the performances, would you like to elaborate a little bit for all the students who are listening what exactly the avasthas are? Like, for example, if you're starting with Virahat Khandita, what does it truly mean, or what does it encompass? Which, so if you could explain to some
Sure.
of us.
Virahat Khandita is the avastha which she's going to explain herself. But Virahat Khandita is basically she is depart from her husband, and she is not able to bear the separation, and she is kind of not accepting anything else. She is like in a state of denial, or she don't want to hear anything about it. So that is Virohot Kandita, and that is and not everybody so can. There should be a stage for every artist to learn this one. So you can't just teach Virohot Kandita or all of these nayakas at a tender age of like 5, 6, or 7. No, they have to have certain age to learn this abhinaya, or especially the nayika avasthas. So that is Virohot Kandita. And Madana Daru especially, that is the third part of the Bhama Kalapan Darus. The first one goes with Pravesa Daru, then you have Lekha, then Madana. Madana is when she sends a letter to Krishna to ask him to come. So the behind story is Krishna, when Satyabhama and Krishna are in same room and they get decorated with all the ornaments and everything, and they sit in front of the mirror and they see the mirror, they look at each other. Then Krishna, being how not notorious he is, he asks Satyabhama, saying, "Okay, are you looking good or am I looking good?" So Satyabhama is a very, proud Nayaki. She is like, I am the best kind of a Nayaki she is. She says, of course I am better. Of course. Then, according to the story, Krishna gets, he gets offended and he says, okay, then why am I here? I'm leaving you. So Krishna leaves. So once Krishna leaves, then her agony starts. Okay, let him leave. That is her first stage. Let him leave, and then she introduced herself as, "I am Satyabhama. I am better than everyone in here. I am Satrajit's daughter. What do you think?" So Satyabhama has this upper hand, saying that you married to me, you came to me. So it was Swayamvaram for Satyabhama, and then Krishna. So it was, Rajasika marriage. So she says, you have to come to me. I can't come to. So after a while, then she mellows down. He doesn't come. Then she mellows down. Then she says, call her. She calls her, um, a friend, and then she says, okay, can you write a letter to him, and then I will, take the letter to him and tell him to come to my, chamber. Then the Satya, her friend, she says, no, why should I do it? What will I get out of it? You give me some things from you, then I might do. Then she says, okay, I have all these ornaments. You take all of these ornaments. And she says, no, I don't want any of your ornaments. All I want is your nut. So in olden days, nut is supposed to be the sign of, marriage or something, and that is very, very important for a married woman. So she says, how can I give my nut to you? You can't ask that. Then she says, okay, if you don't give me, I'm not going to, go. Then leave me alone. And she says, okay, I'll give my nut. So she takes her, earring, nose ring, and gives it to her friend. And she says, then she writes a lekha. She writes a whole big story of, please come. I'm sorry I did this and that. And then she gives it to her Saki, Madhavi. Her name is Madhavi, and then she gives it to her, and then Madhuri takes it, and the background story is he never, he don't want to come. She goes, and then she says, Satyabama, then she comes back and she says, you know what, Krishna never appeared. So what should I do? Then she becomes, then viraham, see, all of that, pain, and then she suffers with all of that, and that's where this Madanadaru comes into picture. So she says, this, I cannot bear the pain and I cannot bear the separation. This Madana, who is the Cupid, he's like, throwing all kinds of stones, uh, arrows at me. So please come and rescue me from all of these. All of the things which were pleasing before are not, pleased. I'm not able to hear that now. So it's like very bad for my ears. I can't even bear the sounds of all of small parakeets and all of this. And the, moonlight, which was very soothing at one point, now it's like I can't bear that, moonlight. So please come and rescue me. So that's where this Madhanadaru comes. So that comes with Virahotkantika. The name explains Viraham Utkantita. So it has become too much. So I cannot bear. So you come and rescue me. So that is the small gist of this Virahotkantika Naika. And we have seven other such Naika Avasthas. So as I told you, these are Naika Avasthas, the not the characteristics of Naika. So the state of a Naika, what the state is
What
she?
they're going through at that
Yes,
point. And
yeah,
I
at
think
that
it's
point.
so interesting, like you explained, that there's an evolution to that particular
Correct.
state. It does not suddenly show itself. There is a
No,
reason, or there's an evolution towards it. And even then, there's an underlying, even with that pain, there is love underlying it.
underline love. Yes, exactly. So it's all, see, all of the, so the underline is all, what do you call, love. So basically, the whole Nayaka Avasthas are all came into picture with the soul and whole aspect of love. So it depends on what state you are in that position, that Naika comes out. So this is Virod Kantita. You have Kalahantarita, you have Abhisarika, you have Vipralabdha, Vasaka Sajja, Khandita, all of these. I mean, like Swadhina Patiga. So I can, I mean, as and when the dancer does it, then if I explain, then it makes sense. But there are eight stages as per the say scholars. So, and those are the things which are we are going to elevate today. Okay, so meanwhile, I think we are running a bit late with the guests to arrive. So I'll be you take it over, Sneha, and then I'll be seeing what's going on.
Sure thing. Nothing. So, like we just heard from Sudha, it is so tremendously interesting to see what are the reasons behind each and every emotion that comes through in a dance drama. When you see a performance on screen or on stage, it might be an hour-long performance, but the understanding or the studying of that character, which leads to the end result of that performer being able to provide that experience to the audience to go through those emotions themselves as they bring it onto stage. Those are the kind of dancers, artists that we are so lucky to have amongst us today. And I'm sure, as we will see with each and every artist, guru, that we have, that all of these come to life.
Hi everyone.
Welcome.
Hi, Sneha.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we are so looking forward to seeing what it is that you have to not only present before us, but also teach us and inspire all of us here.
Yes,
Yes.
sure. We'll try my best. Thank you for the opportunity. And here we are, Kuchipudi Dance Academy. We will begin with student performance. And here we have Sonika Pilli, who will be dancing to Mamavattu Saraswati in Ragam Arabi and Talam Adi. Choreographer is Guru Shri Padma Shri Dr. Shobha Naidu. Thank you. Please watch. This is Sonika Pelli, and I'm quite proud of her. She is in 8th grade.
Oh, that's really awesome, Sonika. It's very nice the way you did it. I see your guru in you, so it's wonderful. Keep up keep up the good work and continue performing your art form. Don't leave your guru at all. She's the best.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Sure, anytime. Thank you so much, Han. All the best for your future endurance.
Thank you.
Now we have Lakshmi Babu Garu, Jagu Chesane from Krishna Parijatam, choreographed by Dr. Vempatikana Satyam himself, and then also followed by Madana Daruvu, as explained before, that is in Bhama Kalapam. So she, Lakshmi Babu Garu is representing Virohot Kantita Naika. So you want to talk about it now or after the performance, Lakshmi Garu?
We can finish the performance and then sit.
Yes, that's fine. I keep muting myself. I'm sorry. That was really beautiful the way you did it. Oh my God. I could see the goosebumps in me. Very beautiful. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation.
Sure. Shall we just go off to Madana, Daru, and then?
Yes. That was unbelievable. That was so beautiful, Andy. Lakshmi Garu, you did an awesome job. I can't even express how much
Oh,
I.
so sweet of you.
uh, it's really awesome. Chalba, I mean, it's been a while I didn't hear or see Madana Daruvu. All we hear or teach is Pravesa Daruvu, Madana Varaku Radu Pillalu. So it's like really awesome to do it. Thank you so much for this one.
The
So,
virtual shows are tough. You know, the challenges. I'm always worried about what if something doesn't play right. But I
yeah,
think
I
I'm
know.
glad.
But everything went very well. And the Utkanthita Nayaka, which you portrayed, is like really awesome. So you want to talk about what is Abhinaya to you? What do you think when you think about Abhinaya?
As we all know, Abhinaya is fourfold. So every time I dance, I make sure it embodies me in the same manner. So I know I have to do justice to each of the elements, the four Angika, Vachika, Satvika, Harya. We don't use so much of Vachika, but thankfully we're able to use the lip sync, and that is the closest we can get to that. And if God wills it, will be able to do more of Vachika in the future.
Vachika in future, yeah, hopefully. So when you are learning Abhinaya, so do you have any, you know, an intriguing experience which you want to share with us?
Um, well, I learned under Guru Shobha Naidu. She is the queen of Abhinaya.
Yes.
So, personally, I was never taught Abhinaya until a later stage, much later stage, where probably my guru saw something else in me, or she wanted me to do better at that stage in life. I don't know. But it was a beautiful experience to actually feel and understand the essence of the character in a direct learning experience. Otherwise, mostly it was indirect. We always watched and tried to imbibe. So that was Abhinaya in the earlier stages. Now, obviously, students ask more questions, and I willingly send them to the internet, and I say, give them a topic. If they know a word search, all they need these days is a word search. So if I give the word, I know that they will understand it even better than I would explain. But as I teach Abhinaya through the choreographies, I experience it one more time for myself too. So that's what Abhinaya is.
That's wonderful. That's really nice to know about that. So the Nayika you chose, is there any specific reason why you chose this, or do you have any? What is the Nayika which you think you have done?
Nayika, there's so many combinations with the three Praudha and eight Avastas and all of that. I remember in my thesis, I came up with 1,180 some avastas, different variations. So anyway, in this, the direct ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I would do anything if given an opportunity. And you gave this wonderful opportunity, and you have basically you gave me two choices. I think at that point there were two remaining, and I took Virahot Kantita because I really wanted to do the Madana Darbu.
That's awesome.
It's never enough.
Yeah. So, what do you think the intriguing character of Virahot Kantita is? Like, what makes Virahot Kantita?
Well, from it's love and separation.
Yes.
So she's experiencing more love during the separation. So even in today's world, so we feel the distance is so much needed to experience love again, even if it's the same person. So love and separation is beautiful. And in this Madana Darbu, she feels the separation and distance from Krishna, and that distance is being occupied by Manmada, and she's trying to shut him out of her self. But Manmada is taking a strong seat in her. And it's getting more and more difficult for her, and then she fights it to come out of it and get into the other Nayikas. I'm sure Vedantam Venkatachalapati will tell us so beautifully about Bhama and her.
Yes, which is
looking forward to that part.
Yes. Thank you so much. Before you came into the studio, I was talking to my co-host Sneha about the background story of Satyabhama and the Darbus, and just a brief introduction. So thank you for showing that Virahot Kantita, Virahot Kantita, and you did a wonderful job. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation and being a part of 2022 Siddhendra Aradhana, and I would like to see you more often. Hopefully next year in person. That would be wonderful. So thank you so much, Lakshmi Garu.
My pleasure. Thank you, Sudha. Good luck for the rest of the festival, and best wishes to all the other artists. And I'll be watching you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
With that beautiful, inspiring start to the evening, let us move on. We now have the pleasure of hosting Srimati Sandhya Shri Atmakuri, who has inherited her interest in the performing arts from her guide and mentor, her mother, Srimati Indira Devi. An award-winning performer, choreographer, and teacher, Srimati Sandhya Shri is an exponent of two leading dance traditions of South India, Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi, having trained under eminent gurus in India for both of them. As a Kuchipudi artist, she initially trained under Srimati Bala and the senior staff in Padma Bhushan, Guru Vempati Chinna Satyam's Kuchipudi Kalakshetra, and then became one of the privileged disciples of the great Guru himself at the Kuchipudi Art Academy in Chennai. She is the founder director of Natya Dharmi Foundation for Performing Arts and resides in Rochester Hills, Michigan, where she shares her skills with artists in various fields and also trains aspirants in the field of dance. Through her school, the artists have to their credit a number of productions, including Kumara Sambhavam, and so many more that we would love to hear a little bit more from Sandhya ji itself. Her students have achieved awards in the prestigious Cleveland Tyagaraja Aradhana dance competitions. Since the year 2006 to now, Sandhya Shri has led about 35 dance aspirants to perform their Aragantrams or Rangapareshwarams successfully. And with this wonderful introduction, we would love to have Srimati Sandhya Shri onto our virtual stage. We welcome you. Thank you so much for coming here today and giving us a chance to get some inspiration from anything that you would love to present before us.
You're muted. Yes. I'm not able to hear.
There seems to be an audio issue because it's not mute.
Now?
Yes.
Yes.
I had my son ready here in case I'm technologically challenged.
Sure.
I would like to start my session with a small prayer to Siddhendra Yogi and to Abhinava Siddhendra Yogi, my Guru, Vempati Chinna Satyam Master.
Of course.
Namo Natya Veda Swarupaya Siddhendra Yogeshwaraya Namo Namaha Asmad Guruvaraya Abhinava Siddhendraya Satya Swarupaya Namaste Namaste Namo Namaha Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Matrudevo Bhava Pitrudevo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava and Atidhi Devo Bhava. If they are not there, who would we share?
Yes.
And thank you for the wonderful introduction, Sneha. And thank you so much, Kiranmai, for including me in your brainchild Siddhendra Festival's second edition.
Yes.
I'm truly honored and humbled to be a part of this festival and offering my 2 cents to this very extensive and intricate subject that you have chosen for this festival. It's exhaustive subject, which we are now going to try and abridge in a short span. That is the challenge actually. It's like filling a whole ocean of water in a small bottle.
Yes.
But yes.
Thank you, Sandhyaka, for accepting and coming yet again for season 2 of Siddhendra Aradhana. I really appreciate. My heartfelt gratitude to that one. So thank you so much.
Pleasure is also mine. Thank you.
So as you know, like last year, as you told, we have a theme this year also, which is Abhinaya, which is a vast subject. The Abhinaya aspect right now, what I would ask you, the first question is, what is Abhinaya to you? What is Abhinaya and what is your learning experience of Abhinaya? I mean, you can start talking, Akar, because that question is very, small in front of you, the way you talk and the experience you have. So
no. Abhinaya, to me, to be very honest, is just acting. You are giving a visual interpretation to what the poet has written or a Vagekara has written. So they have expressed in lyrics, and we are enacting the bhava they have felt. So we are giving a visual presentation to their to the lyrics, They say, dance is poetry in motion.
Right.
So like that. So to me, it's a free space where you can just emote. You can't emote outside. You can't walk with animation. So this is some outside of life, So
Correct.
you kind of put control all your feelings, and
Feeling.
so
Correct.
this is a place, Abhinaya, is where you can be animated, where you can bring out so many multifold emotions
Correct.
or acting capabilities, I should say, acting capabilities, because in Abhinaya, you kind of detach. It's not your personal feelings.
Yes.
You are portraying a character, taking on a role. You are being somebody else. So you're transforming to another person and putting on that hat or that mask. And then, so that is what I would think Abhinaya is. It's a challenge. Always, any Abhinaya,
Right.
is always a challenge. So
Right.
that is what I would just to be very. It's just acting without too much words, without
Right.
like unlike theater. Having said that, ironically, Manki Kuchipudi is Vachika Abhinayam, which is
Correct.
slowly fading away and sadly, and we should bring it back, because Vachika Abhinayam is the hallmark of Kuchipudi.
Correct.
And so,
Yes.
but now we are focusing a lot on the, as Lakshmi Babu said, we had Chaturvidha Abhinayas. So కానీ ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఆంగిక అభినయం మీద ఫోకస్, ఆంగిక అభినయం, ఆహార్యాభినయం మీద ఫోకస్ ఎక్కువైపోతుంది. So
Yes.
Vachika Abhinayam, which is one of the Chaturvidha Abhinayas, and it is an integral, it is the hallmark of Kuchipudi.
Kuchipudi. Yes.
That itself is vanishing. So we should bring it back. We should work hard for that.
Yes.
Is what I feel. But yeah, like I said, it's Abhinaya, it is acting, it is emoting, and
Right.
giving visual interpretation to what a poet or a lyricist or a writer has visualized. So he expressed it through words. They are expressing through all the Chaturvidha Abhinayas. Yes.
Yes.
And
So,
in my journey to the second question that you said, so as like all of us, when we start with Adugulu and చిన్న చిన్న ఐటమ్స్ అలాగా ముందర నృత్యాన్ని నేర్పిస్తారు. We learn with nritta and all those things. But I recall before I even came to Balaka and Master Garu, the one thing that I used to go when I was a child, when I was in 4th or 5th grade. I went to Srimati Kekumalla Shyamala Sita Ramaswamy Garu. She was one of the senior disciples of Master Garu. So, my Madi Vizag. So she had come, just moved into Vizag, and so my dad used to work in the university. So I used to go to her. To cut a very long story short, she also Machilo, because Kuchipudiki, she taught me. She was the first one who taught me Puja Nrityam and
Right.
Varam and all those things. I think my mother was personally also interested in Bharatanatyam. So she, auntie told me, Shamla auntie said, "Nenu Bharatanatyam kuda నేర్చుకున్నాను Vijayanagaramlo. I will teach you." I was also fascinated by this Padavarnam.
Right.
పదవర్ణం నేర్చుకోవాలి, పదవర్ణం అంటే సీనియర్స్ ఏం చేసేస్తున్నారో అది, that is what we have to learn.
Correct.
What we are not allowed to learn, because my Bharatanatyam teacher at that time, she refused to teach me padavarnam. She said, "No, you're too young. You're only 11 years old. You cannot do padavarnam. You don't have the maturity. You don't have the age to do padavarnam." So, ante why I'm saying this is, ఇప్పుడు చూస్తే I know many kids are prodigious, many kids are good, but వయసుకు తగ్గ అభినయం చేయాలి అనేది ఇస్ మై పర్సనల్, మేబీ దట్ ఈస్ మోర్ అప్రోప్రియేట్. ఇప్పుడు బట్టలు వేస్తాం, లైక్ దట్. సో the wisdom of the teachers, I'm saying, my first Bharatanatyam teacher, who was a disciple of Vadu Ramai Pillai, Padma Garu, avada kuda, she refused to teach me Varnam, because no. So that అంటే ఏది వద్దంటారో అదే కావాలి. So later when I had gone to Shamala aunty and I asked her, I want to, so she said, okay, I will teach you. And she started one Malay Marutam Padavarnam ఒకటి ఉంది.
Right.
So then after some time, I was just mimicking her, copy pasting whatever she was saying. So auntie is a super creative being, the artist.
Right.
నా కోసం అంటే చిన్నపిల్లని నాకు how will I understand the viraham or all
Right.
those expressions of a naika at a 12-year-old will hardly understand. So auntie would modify that varnam. ఏదో అంటే she would really get creative. చిన్నపిల్లకి నేర్పించినట్టు చిన్నపిల్ల how would she express అన్నట్టుగాను. బట్ తర్వాత షీ ఫెల్ట్ వద్దులే ఇప్పుడే కాదు అని. తర్వాత దెన్ ఫాస్ట్ ఫార్వర్డ్ a little more, then when I started learning కూచిపూడి, I was obsessed with Krishna Shabdam. Krishna Shabdam is still my all-time favorite, and I asked auntie, can you teach me Krishna Shabdam? She said, ఇప్పుడే కాదమ్మా, you need to grow older.
Yep.
సో of course చాటుగా అందరినీ సీనియర్స్ ని చూసేసి నేర్చేసుకోవడం వేరు, బట్ you mimicking an item is not the same as you do the bhavam and understanding it.
Yes.
Same thing, Bhama Pravesham. I used to ask her, she said no. Sare intalo, then fast forward after some more time, and then I came to Balaka, and when I after Majula I quit Kuchipudi, school, low exams, so where school takes over and you go through these different phases in your life where you, so I kind of paused my Kuchipudi journey until I resumed it when Master Garu opened the Kalakshetra in Vizag and Balaka was there, and I pursued Bharatanatyam. I used to go to Chennai and pursued. So same thing with my Vadyar, my Rajratnam Pillai master also. I some like at that time I remember everybody were going to Kalanidhi Mami.
Right.
And I was wondering, I thought I had to go. So, but Master Vadyar said, no, you don't need to go. I mean, so I blindly, whatever he said, I would do.
That's
but,
what.
And what these gurus, whether it was Shamala Sitaram Swami auntie or Balaka or Master Garu or my Vadyar, they, especially before I come to Balaka and Master Garu, with my Vadyar, the same item, if you take one Alarulu Kuriyagor or one Krishani Beganebar or one any Padam, any Javali, any item, it's never the same for all his students.
Yes.
So each of us, ante mana gatra dharmam, our body language, our mental state, our psychological way of depiction, what suits us.
Correct.
Is what they would, dani batti they would choreograph the abhinaya.
Right. Yes.
Same thing. Now when I came to Balaka, same thing. I learned so many nuances from her, how to do, how not to do. And ఏది ఎక్కువ చేయకూడదు, ఏది ముందరికి వచ్చి చేయాలి, ఏది వెనక్కి, అంటే your body language as what you will come closer to interpret. And then Parijatam was my first dance drama. Okay. And I was so raw as Satyabhama, but the way Balaka tried to come down to my shoes, and I was literally a dimwit anamata, ante అర్థం కాదు. సో అలా she came down to my level to explain things to me in a very intricate and beautiful way. Then అంటే ఒక క్యారెక్టర్, when you do so ఇప్పుడు భరతనాట్యంలో సోలో డాన్స్ గా చేసినప్పుడు you will have a certain body language looks where you look. Yes. Then coming to Kuchipudi, and when I was entering the dance drama, so ఇప్పుడు as Satyabhama, if I'm looking at Krishna, I would completely turn and do.
Correct.
Then so Balaka would teach me, "Ni chevi tappa nakem kanpattaledu." So appudu to actually to look like that, and a character ni observe it, you should give the sidelong glance, so you should actually look like you're looking at the character. So that technique, the performance technique, the stage technique is what I learned with Master Garu. Alage edana Satyabhama kada ila Chinna etteste. I remember the first program, Parijatam, my debut. Master Garu was sitting in the front row. He said, "Nee madtappa nakem kanapadledu." Ante I was over. Ante
Right. How much not to do? What not?
Right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
those things you chin down and how much you have to look, how
Yes.
much you have to
To
those.
in the character.
uh,
Yep.
Then as I progressed and started performing with the veteran dancers like Rate Sharma Garu and all these very great dancers, then I used to be worried about I have to go right ki cheppar kada balak or Master Garu taught me right how Dakshayani ga chestunnappudu Haravilasamlo kani edana.
Right.
Why I have to go right? Why is this? Why is Daksha going to the right? Name right kollali kada. Ante it doesn't matter. Right side or left, no right side నేర్చుకుని ఉంటావు but accommodate చేసుకోవాలి character కి. It does not matter if you're involved in the character. ఆయన అటు వస్తే నువ్వు ఇటు వెళ్ళు. అలాంటివన్నీ you learn from your senior and seasoned artists with who you're working with. So constantly, always in the scope of improving, improvising, ధర్మంగా చేయడం. So in the journey, you learn age tagga dance.
Right.
Then you learn just to interpret what is taught to you. Then, but one thing that I would like to mention is my mother. She would say, "No superficial ga chesekoodu. ఏదో అలా చెప్పింది ఇలా అప్ప చెప్పేకూడదు, చిలక చెప్పినట్టు చేయకూడదు. You have to go more in depth and understand the character." So alaga. So I would kind of do my own research for that. Research and it's a big word to use, but you study the character, what it is.
Of course. Yeah.
And then age. So I feel like a few years ago when I did Parijatam, I felt I did better than 20 years ago. అప్పుడంటే చిలక చెప్పినట్టు అలాగా you just mimic things without అంటే లోపల నుంచి.
Right.
It has come from within instead of just mimicking.
Yes.
So these are some of my experiences with.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
In Abhinay. Yeah.
So now you are depicting is it Kalahantarita?
Kalahantarita Naika. Yeah.
So you want to talk about that now, the little characters of Kalahantarita?
Yeah. So Kalahantarita is pretty much, as the name suggests, Kalahantira Avastha. As you said in the introduction, all these Ashtavidhanayaka Avasthalavi, predicaments. The predicaments or the emotional state that a heroine or a Naika finds herself in, and which also, along with her emotional state, translates to her physical presentation and the physical what she goes through. It's a combination of the predicament. So the Naika that you have given me or was option was Kalahantarita. And it's self-explanatory. Kalahantarita, Kalaham ante quarrel. Jealous quarrel.
Right.
And between and one thing is ee avasthalanni kuda in relation to the hero or to her hero. Naika in relation to her hero. And
the
most
Sai
of
Baba is always Shrungara. In Shrungara itself, Sai Baba is maintained.
Yes.
That's where all of these emotions come into picture.
Yes. So, and obviously where there is love, possessiveness untundi, jealousy untundi, restlessness, restlessness, insecurity. So coming back to Kalahantarita, it's like I said, it's self-explanatory. Kalaham, quarrel. And why I'm also saying, giving the word-to-word translation, Kiranmai, is that I know many seasoned artists, and senior artists.
Right.
Most of us will know what Ashtavidhanayaka Lakshanas are, Ashtavidhavasthas and all that. I want to connect to the younger generation. And Indaka Sneha also said that, the younger generation, the aspirants have to understand there is more that meets the eye than what they say. Just mimicking Abhinaya is not done. Or copy pasting somebody's Abhinaya is not done, is not Abhinaya. So that's the reason I just want to give a little word to word and then go on. So Kalahantarita, Kalaham, pranaya kalaham, quarrelsome, jealousy, antarinchadu. Ante it has ended. So basically, kalaham end ayyaka, after the end of the quarrel, the aftermath of the quarrel, what is the state of the heroine?
The heroine. Okay.
What is the state of the heroine? Indaka, like you said, the sthayi bhavam would be, before I go to sthayi bhavam, what I want to say, Kiran May, is in my observation, I could be wrong, but my observation ఏంటంటే ఏదైనా ఒక నాయిక భావ predicament is not obsolete. It's not black and white. Idinte అని కాదు. It is very cursive and very connected. అంటే కలహాంతరితలో you will have ఖండిత నాయిక element and విరహోత్ ఖండిత నాయిక element also ఉంటాయి. So because she has to go through these things.
Yes.
In the kalahantarita. So like the sthayi bhavam, coming back to that, obviously vipralamba shringara manaki. There is viraham. There is also karuna rasam. Karunyam only because she is remorseful. She is regrets. So these three are the main sthayi bhavam. That means sthayi bhavam, the base emotion.
Yes.
That is there is what is sthayi bhavam. So these three, viraham, karunam, karunyam, and vipralamba shringaram. That is love. Erotic love that the heroine feels towards her Nayika.
Okay, we'll straight.
Then the other element that what she goes through, her in her insecurities, her chinta, ante reflecting and feeling anxiety, distress, defiance, indignance, ayo mali rademo, insecurity, sadness, repentance, I shouldn't have done this, what do I do now? So ilaga some of these more emotions, ivanni what we use in the sanchari bhavas or vyabhichari bhavas. These are what a kalahantarita naika goes through. And the other thing, like now this is her emotional state, and what translates into the cheshtakrita abhinayam, that is the body language, is fumbling koncham tadabatu, bharanga, she feels the pangs of separation in this also, in kalahantarita also, like I said, virodh kandita feel avutundi kada. So heaviness to tooladam, ayyo a regret to tooladam, kallu moosukoni ఎంత పని చేశానని భారంగా అలా ఫీల్ అవ్వడం. సో ఇవన్నీ చేష్టాకృత అభినయంలోకి వస్తుంది. సో దీస్ ఆర్ వాట్ వి కవర్ అండర్ ది అంబ్రెలా ఆఫ్ కలహాంతరిత నాయిక. సో నేను వాట్ ఐ డిడ్ వాస్, దేర్ ఆర్ మెనీ పదమ్స్, అష్టపదులు అవి ఉన్నాయి మనకి, బట్ ఐ డిసైడెడ్ టు డూ అ మెడ్లీ ఆఫ్ a Javali and Kshetraya Padam. So what I did was I took a Javali. The scenario was Avada Alaka Gruhalla undi, the heroine. She's sulking. She's upset with her lord because obviously she has the reason why a Kalahantarita Nayika gets upset could be multifold. వస్తానన్న టైంకి he didn't come, so ఇవిడికి రెస్ట్లెస్నెస్ అదొకటి. ఆర్ వాళ్ళు ఆయన గురించి ఏవో చెప్పారు, ఆవిడ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళింది, సో షీఈస్ లైక్ సో ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకు వచ్చావు ఇక్కడికి, ఆర్ షీ సీస్ టెల్ టేల్ సైన్స్ ఆన్ హిమ్, సో of having gone to the other woman. So all these could be the reasons why she gets into a rage or a jealous quarrel, or she is irritated.
Correct.
So that is the thing. So the way I started, the way I designed it was that and this choreography I kind of took it from Master Parijatam lo Satyabhama Alaka scene lonchi koncham I was inspired by that thing. So then And so she's sulking, and he comes and he tries to appease her and gives her a necklace. She throws it. "Puvu pettadu." No, nothing. She's just
nothing.
she rebukes him, kind of insults him in front of the Sakhis and pushes him away.
Okay.
Pushes him away, but she wants him to
Wants him to come back. Correct.
wants him to come back and inkonja batimala.
Guatemala.
The plan flops, so he doesn't come back. So she's indignant. She's adenti, and then so lamenting to the Sakhi. Sakhi దగ్గర చెప్పుకోవడం అనేది is also one of the characteristics of the avastha కలహంత. సో సఖితో చెప్తుంది, చూడు వాడికి పోని అతనికి వెళ్ళాను అలిగాను సరే, ఇంకొంచెం బతిమాలొచ్చు కదా, అప్పటికే ఐ ట్రై టు అపీజ్ హిమ్, ఆయన రాలేదు అని. షీఈస్ జస్టిఫైయింగ్ హర్ యాక్ట్ of pushing him away. She's defiant and indignant, so she laments like that to the Sakhi. But after all this also, she sees he's not back and she's not doing anything to go and appease her. So then akkad nunchi she goes into the distress. Ayyo enta pani chesanu, repentance. She's remorseful. Being repenting and remorseful is the other main hallmark of a Kalahantaritana. Okay. So she is remorseful and repents that, and then she inta pani chesanu, na kopame nannu inta pani cheyinchindi. I was hasty in pushing him away. Ani that regret. So ikkada em chesanante, I was trying to find music and I wanted to do something a little offbeat. So I requested one of my friend who is a very good musician, Srimati Gummaluri Indraganti Sharada Subramaniam. So she sang for me and she sent it Adaggane. She sang the Javali and sent it to me. And then I was referring to some in one of my books that I had. I noticed that అంటే చాలా మంది మానమే భూషణము ఆ పదం కావేటి నగర్ గోవింద స్వామి అది చేస్తారు లేదా అష్టపది చేస్తారు. Then as I was looking at this, I saw క్షేత్రయ padam which was very నేను ఎప్పుడు వినలేదు, and I looked for the music. I did not find the music at all. So when I was remembering, I was talking to a friend of mine. She's also Bharatanatyam artist, Radhika Acharyani. So she said, Sandhya, you say Vachika Abhinayam is such an integral part of Kuchipudi. You keep saying that all the time. Why don't you experiment on that? So then I was very excited.
That's very nice.
Kshetraya Padam, the one I found, is in the Ragam Saindhavi, which again is a rare, generally manki Kshetraya Padalo, Sambhoji, Ananda Bhairavi, Kalyani, ilanti ragalu common ga untayi for a Kshetraya Padam. So I found this in the Ragam Saindhavi, but I looked everywhere. I didn't find the music. So I said, I actually discussed with Venku. I said, Venku, నేను వచన రూపంలో చెప్పేస్తాను. So he said, try akka, and he also said, and I'm actually, so that is the experiment. I don't know if I did right or wrong, but ఆ క్షేత్రయ పదాన్ని నేను వచన రూపంలో సఖి దగ్గర లెమెంట్ చేస్తున్నట్టుగా చెప్పుకుంటున్నట్టుగా. And but what I did was, one of my students' father, Sri Satish Madampatu, he's a flautist. So I just asked him to play the Saindhavi Ragam in the background, so that at least I'll get the happiness that my Kshetraya or who designed the Ragam for that Padam, at least we've kept it, Ani. So this is what I have experimented, and
awesome, Akka. I can't wait to watch the whole thing. Really, I mean, the experiments you did, and again, Vachika Abhinaya being such an integral part of Kuchipudi, one of the dance forms which have all 4 Abhinayas. So let's jump up onto that performance right away. Okay. There's some audio issue. Just give me 1 minute, Akka. I'm going to share my audio once again.
Sure.
Not sure why I'm not able to share my audio along with the video.
Do you want me to play? I don't know if it'll work.
So try and see, Akka. So try and see if you can play.
You want to play? Can we share the video? Can I share the video?
Yes.
And see, let me try.
Sure.
Yeah. My son is helping me here.
That's okay.
Do I need to? Okay. Hmm?
ನಿಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬಿಗುವೆ ಬಿಲಜಿನ ಪಲುಕ ಪುನ್ನಡೆ ಮಿಸೆ ತೂನೆ ಕುಂಬರೋವ ನಿಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬಿಗುವೆ ಬಿಲಜಿನ ಪಲುಕ ಪುನ್ನಡೆ ಮಿಸೆ ತೂನೆ ಕುಂಬರೋವನಿ ಕಿಂತ ಬಿಗುವೆ ಪಿಲಚಿನ ಪಲುಕ ಪುಂಗಡೇಮಿ ಸೇತೂನೆ ಕುಂಬರೋವನಿ ಕಿಂತ ಬಿಗುವೆ ಪಿಲಚಿನ ಪಲುಕ ಪುಂಗಡೇಮಿ ಸೇತೂನೆ ಕುಂಬರೋ ಅಂತರಂಗುಣಿಕ ದೂರೆಗೆ ತಚ್ಚಿನವನಿ ಅಂತರಂಗುಣಿಕ ದೂರೆಗೆ ತಚ್ಚಿನವನಿ ಅಂತರಂಗುಣಿಕ ದೂರೆಗೆ తెచ్చినవని అంతరంగునిక దూరెగి తెచ్చినవని అంతరంగునిక దూరెగి తెచ్చినవని ఆకుమడు పులిచి పోపమననే ఆకుమడు పులిచి పోపమననే ఆకు మడు పులిచి పోపమననే ఆకు మడు పులిచి పోపమననే కుమ్మరోవని కింత బిగువే పిలచిన పలుక పుంగడేమి సేతునే కుమ్మరో సదయునికెదురేగి మాటలాడితే సదయునికెదురేగి మాటలాడితే సదయునికెదురేగి మాటలాడితే సదయునికెదురేగి మాటలాడితే సదయునికెదురేగి మాటలాడితే తిరిగి తిరిగి చూచి పోపమననే తిరిగి తిరిగి చూచి పోపమనే తిరిగి తిరిగి చూచి పోపమనే తిరిగి తిరిగి చూచి పోపమనే కుమ్మరోవని కింత బిగువే పిలచిన పలుక పున్నడేమి సేతునే కుమ్మరో
కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. సఖి, నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. రాకేందుముఖి నా వద్ద రమణులతనిపై చాడి పలుకగా నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. ఓ రాకేందుముఖి నా వద్ద రమణులతనిపై చాడి పలుకగా నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. నా వద్ద ఈ రమణులతనిపై చాడి పలుకగా నా కోపమే చెరులతోనే పొసగ తెలుపుదును. నేనే పోయి పిలువవలెను, నెలత పంపుదును. పూని వాని చెరులతోనే పొసగ తెలుపుదును. వాని మనసు నా మనసు తెలిసిన వనిత, నీవే తెలిపేవో ఈ నేరములు కాచి ఇప్పుడింటికి రమ్మనవే. వాని మనసు నా మనసు తెలిసిన వనిత, నీవే తెలిపేవో ఈ నేరములు కాచి ఇప్పుడింటికి రమ్మనవే. ఓ వనిత, ఈ నేరములు కాచి ఇప్పుడింటికి రమ్మనవే. నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. ఈ నేరములు కాచి ఇప్పుడింటికి రమ్మనవే. వాడి వేడి శరముల వంటి నా చురుకు మాటలకు వాడుగాక తాళుకొని వచ్చే నా విడిదికి. వాడి వేడి శరముల వంటి నా చురుకు మాటలకు వాడుగాక తాళుకొని వచ్చే నా విడిదికి. ఏడాయే ఒక్క నిమిషం ఎవ్వరితో మందలింపు, కోడిమి చెడి ఇట్లు నా బుద్ధికి ఇంత మోసమై. నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. చెలువ మువ్వ గోపాలుడైన శ్రీ వెంకటేశుడు నన్ను వలరాజు కేళి నేలిన వగలెల్ల ఇప్పుడు తలచి నా మేను కరిగెను. చెలువ మువ్వ గోపాలుడైన శ్రీ వెంకటేశుడు నన్ను వలరాజు కేళి నేలిన వగలెల్ల ఇప్పుడు తలచి నా మేను కరిగెను. దైవము పగ సాధించెను, నిలుపరాని మోహమాయే నీవైనా తోడితేవే. దైవము పగ సాధించెను, నిలుపరాని మోహమాయే నీవైనా తోడితేవే. నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. ఓ రాకేందుముఖి నా వద్ద రమణులతనిపై చాడి పలుకగా నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా. నా కోపమే నన్నింత చేసెనమ్మా.
That was so awesome, the way you did it. The amalgamation of all of those. It was really nice to watch, and we have to learn a lot from you, really. And bringing back the aspect of Vachika Abhinaya to in this form is like really awesome. So that gives us for people like us who doesn't have much gatram, we can just take the vachikams and then try and do it, and then probably ask one of the musicians to sing for us later. But thank you so much for this one. Really, it's a treat to my eyes, and I'm sure the audience feel the same way. And you're talking about Gumaluri Sandhya. Is that what?
Sharada.
మా తాతగారి పేరు గుమ్మలూరి. My last name is, so my dad's, my maiden name is Gumaluri. So
Okay.
Gumaluri Satyanarayan Garu is my tatagaru. Gumaluri Satyanarayan Raju is my dad. And Gumaluri Satri Garu, who is, I don't know whether you heard or not, Padamati Sandhya Ragam cinema.
Right. Yeah.
The short guy.
I know, yeah. He was the star of that movie, literally. We still reminisce those dialogues. No?
Correct. So he's my Pedananagaru. So, but,
wonderful.
Yeah, thank you for bringing the, I should say, Abhinaya Mala in front of us, and it's like really, really beautiful to watch. So thank you so much for accepting my invitation, Akka, and then coming.
My pleasure and honor.
Program. Sneha, I'm going to add Sneha into the stream now, and then see Sneha. Thank you so much. And then now we have another guru lined up for us, so she might talk about that. But thank you once again, Akka.
Thank you, Sneha and Kiranmai, and wishing the festival all much success. May you do many more editions. And one thing I want to tell Kiranmai, when you said the Vachika Abhinayam Gatram Ledani, no, sometimes that also, just like when Abhinayam has been trained, Nritta has been trained, everything has been trained, kada. Sometimes it is trained. So while some of it will do Manodharmam, but you can train yourself, and hence our students also voice modulation, voice acting. So voice abhinaya, vachika abhinaya.
Correct.
Also has to be trained also. Whether we train ourselves, there is always a starting point. So
I know.
Never say no. Never say can't.
I wouldn't say no. I'm definitely going to start working on that one for sure. Yeah.
Just the body salahanamata.
No, it's a wonderful suggestion. So I will take you up on that for sure, and I'll start working on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to say, such was the power of your Abhinaya that for the first minute or two, I don't think I even realized that there was no music to be heard. That was the power of and then it became a little clear, but that was the power. So I just wanted to say it was beautiful, and it was so inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Neha. It means a lot to me, and I'd like to thank all the people who have watched and watched this. And please continue to watch everybody's programs and enhance your knowledge. And thank you.
Up next, we have the honor of welcoming to our virtual stage Srimati Shashikala Penumarthi, who trained under the legendary Guru Vempati Chinnasatyam in Kuchipudi art form for over 17 years. She started at a very young age in the Kuchipudi Dance Art Academy, an institution run by her guru in Chennai. Shashikala Akka has continued her training in Kuchipudi dance all throughout her schooling and college in Chennai, and she also traveled with her guru all over the world and performed in lead roles in most of the ballets presented by the Kuchipudi Art Academy. She moved to Atlanta in 1991 and continued her pursuits by training her own students, performing and producing dance dramas. In order to propagate the art into the mainstream, Shashikala Akka also founded the Academy of Kuchipudi Dance, a non-profit organization, in 1997. She has received the Master Artist Award from the Georgia Arts Council and the National Foundation for the Advancement of Arts, and also conducts lecture demonstrations at various universities across the country. Her troupe has presented dance dramas like Chandalika, Krishna Parijatam, Srinivasa Kalyanam, Rukmini Kalyanam, Kshirasagara Manthanam, and several solo and group performances in the Atlanta area and Southeast in order to raise funds to many known organizations. It is our honor to have you with us here today. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, and it's wonderful to be part of this Siddhendra festival. And
thank you for accepting the invitation and coming with this notice, Akka. Really, really appreciate it, and it's an honor
to be part of this. It's a great thing. I have seen Sandhya just now, and it's so beautifully performed. Padam and Javali, the combination of it. Very beautiful. I just missed Lakshmi Babu's, but I will be watching it later. Definitely.
You can definitely watch it later, and we'll be providing a link to it, Akka, for sure. But it's an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to Siddhendra Aradhana 2022 season 2, and we will jump into right to the topic. I cannot, get enough of you even otherwise. So I'll just start with the basic question which I've been asking every guru who has been here. So, and I mean, we've been doing this. This is the second year. First year we started with the topic of Rama. So, and this year I thought it will go deeper into it and start with Abhinaya. So, what is Abhinaya to you, and what is your learning experience? And you learned from Abhinaya Siddhendra Yogi himself, Dr. Vempatisena Satyangaru. So we would like to know first-hand experience from you directly, please.
Gurubhyo Namaha. Angikam Vachikam Sarvavangmayam Aharyam Chandrataraditam Vande Sattam Sivam.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Without Guru, we are nowhere.
Absolutely.
So, Angikam Vachikam Sarvavangmayam Aharyam Chandrataradiya. All these elements of Natya itself in that sloka, which speaks about the volumes of Kuchipudi.
Correct.
ఎందుకంటే అభినయం లేకుండా ఏ డాన్స్ లేదు. There is no art, any form of art when you see without the abhinaya expression.
Correct.
Right from the painting, you see the expression in the painting, the images. So కూచిపూడిలో అభినయం అనేది చాలా ఆకట్టుకుంది చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నన్ను. I was very young when I joined the academy of Master Garu. 1975 I first joined the academy, and అంతకన్నా ముందు వెళ్ళినప్పుడు మాస్టర్ గారు didn't accept us. వీళ్ళు చాలా చిన్న పిల్లలు 10-12 ఏళ్ళు వస్తే కానీ తీసుకురాకండి అన్నారు అప్పుడు. So we went back, we waited another 2 years and we went back again, me and my sister. So that's where we started the foundation of Kuchipudi under the guidance of the very first fundamental basic steps with Master Garu and then Balaka. So that's how we started the dance, me and my sister. I was so much passionate about dance. Any music would attract me to move and dance so much. So this guidance of Master Garu, taking training, formal training from it's really opened the world of what the actual dance form is for me.
Correct.
And first thing that captivated me was the abhinaya, the facial abhinaya, because Kuchipudi is all, the sole purpose of, the abhinaya is without it, there is no art form at all. So the first thing it attracted me was the abhinaya, the facial expressions. When I joined, there were a lot of senior students, which was like a dream for me to go to class every single day to see all these dancers doing their abhinaya. The first abhinaya piece which attracted me was Krishna Sabdam. And then immediately Ashtapadi, Jayadev Ashtapadi. శోభా నాయుడు గారు చేసి శోభక్క చేసి చూసి అసలు మెస్మరైజ్ అయిపోయేదాన్ని అది చూసినప్పుడల్లా. ఇంకా అభినయం అంటే మాస్టర్ గారు కొరియోగ్రఫీలో అంత బ్యూటిఫుల్గా ఎనీ పీస్ దట్ హీ కార్వ్స్ సో బ్యూటిఫుల్లీ, హీ కార్వ్స్ ఎనీ డాన్సర్ సో బ్యూటిఫుల్లీ with the facial expression. So Ashtapadi was my first favorite piece after Krishna Sabdam.
Krishna Sabdam, okay.
Just by watching it, I learned the entire item, just by watching.
Which may I ask, Akka? Which Ashtapadi was that?
It's a Sanchara Dadra. There was.
Of course.
And the amazing thing is, every senior student, they were very, when we were learning in late 70s, there were a bunch of classical dancers in Master Garu's academy, like the real essence of Abhinaya and the footwork was so much at the time. So I used to follow the footwork as well as the Abhinaya so much with Master Garu, teaching the students, and they doing in the class. It's like a feast to the eyes. Every day there was like an orchestra for Master Garu. He used to do the class, and Govindarajan Garu used to do the Mridangam. And అప్పుడు వరలక్ష్మి గారిని పాడేవారు, తర్వాత దుర్గక్కయ్య పాడేవారు, వీణ కూడా. These are always a live orchestra was there when they were doing. అసలు పండగల్లే ఉండేది, క్లాస్కి వెళ్తే ఒక పండగే అన్నమాట, అట్లా ఉండేది. And then koncham as I was learning and given the small roles in Master Garu's ballets, it really opened up to the world of Abhinaya for me. Abhinayam ante enti, ela cheyali, how you do, because there are a lot of variations in that. Correct. Each item has its own way of interpretation of Abhinaya, right? So any item we take, Krishna Siddham, Vasava Sajjika Nayika, the happy mood, and the Nayika is presenting. Ante appudi, at that time when we were learning, there is no that much knowledge of this Nayika. Yes, Nayika. Just we wanted to learn, and I used to differentiate between ఎప్పుడు కృష్ణ సిద్ధం అండ్ అష్టపది రెండు కంపేర్ చేసుకునేదాన్ని. ఇది ఇలాగుంది, అది అలాగుంది. both are like full of Abhinaya. Krishna Siddham, of course, there's a lot of footwork interaction with the Pada Vedas and footwork and the Abhinaya. But whereas in Ashtapadi, just calmly going with Abhinaya, blending into the body movements, graceful movements. ఇలా ఇవన్నీ ఎక్కువ ఉండేది అందులో. Correct. So I always used to compare that, how you can do without the footwork and with the footwork. And balancing the same facial expression and all that. అవన్నీ చాలా అబ్జర్వ్ చేసేదాన్ని. నాకు అభినయం అంటే చాలా ఇష్టంగా ఉండేది కూడా అప్పుడు చేసేటప్పుడు. And I used to watch a lot. So Master Garu at 1980s, actually, when Shobhaka moved to Hyderabad for another academy established చేసినప్పుడు Master Garu, then suddenly Master Garu said, you are doing the role of Satyabhama. Until then I was doing small roles in the ballets, and then Narada. Prati ballet lo Narada portion used to be Sasikala Anamata. And then suddenly Master Garu said for one of the programs, Satyabhama చేస్తున్నావు నువ్వు, భామకలాపం డాన్స్ డ్రామాది, నువ్వు సత్యభామ చేస్తున్నావు అన్నారు. అంటే just by watching, even in భామకలాపం డాన్స్ డ్రామా we did జడవృత్తాంతం, జడభారతం చేసి, ఆ చేసినప్పుడు కాన్స్టెంట్లీ యూస్ టు వాచ్ శోభక్క డూయింగ్ ద రోల్ ఆఫ్ సత్యభామ. ఆవిడ విరహోత్కంఠిత, ఖండిత, కలహాంతరిత ఇవన్నీ చూసేదాన్ని అప్పుడు. కానీ ఆ డిఫరెన్సెస్ ఎంత బాగా చూపించేవారు ఈవిడ అని అన్ని అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకునేదాన్ని. బట్ సడన్ గా మాస్టర్ గారు when he said you have to do the entire role of Satyabhama, it was like I was thrown somewhere else, like అది ఏమై, what happened to me? Yeah, where am I? Am I going to do this? Am I really going to do justice like what Shobhaka did? Or am I going to make my guru happy with this role kind of thing? So first, I still remember the first rehearsal ki vellinappudu, I mean, everybody, we all learnt Patra Pravesh Daru, Bhamakalam in the class, and then followed by Madana Daru, and then followed by Sigayanoyamma. That was my favorite piece in that. Sigayanoyamma. Master Garu. So the detailed expression of Drishti Bedalu Kani, Grieva Bedalu Kani, Nasal Kani, Pedimalu Kani, eyebrows Kani, ఇవన్నీ ఒక్కొక్కటి డీటెయిల్డ్గా ఆయన ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తూ, సిగ్గాయనోయమ్మ, కళ్ళతో చెప్పి చూసావా అని మాధవితో అనడం, ఈ చిన్న చిన్నవి మేడ్ ఎ హ్యూజ్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఫర్ మీ టు లర్న్ దట్ wide range of expression, like variety of ఒక లైన్ సంచారి భావాన్ని, ఒక లైన్ 10 రకాలుగా చూపించటం. ఒకే లైన్. ఆ సిగ్గాయ నోయమ్మ రిపీట్స్ సెవరల్ టైమ్స్. And you are doing the entire dramatic element and the sanchari bhavas and Madhavi to conversing. This is like something I learned at that time. నాకు అభినయంలో ఒక పట్టు కానీ ఒక బ్యూటీ కానీ దాని మీద ఒక అందము కానీ నాకు అసలు అభినయం అంటే ఇదా అని తెలిసింది దట్ భామకలాపం. తర్వాత అలాగే అది తర్వాత ఎందుబోతివి దరువు. ఎందుబోతివి దరువు వాజ్ ఎ బిగ్ ఛాలెంజ్ టు మీ. ఎందుకంటే అది విళంబ కాలంలో వెళ్తుంది. అదే చతురస్రాన్ని రకరకాలుగా దాన్ని మలుపులు తిప్పుతూ అభినయం కంటిన్యూ చేస్తూ చేయాలి అది. అప్పుడు దాని ముందరే రాజు మాస్టర్ గారని ఒక ఆయన మాధవి వేషం వేసేవారు. మాస్టర్ గారి భామకలాపంలో శోభకతో అంతా వేశారు ఆయన రాజుగారని. He came and when we were having the Siggaya Noema, అందులో and suddenly he left the academy. He left and he said, మాస్టర్ గారు ఈ పిల్ల లాభం లేదండి అని వెళ్ళిపోయారు ఆయన సడన్ గా. And he said like ఈ పిల్లకి ఏం రావట్లేదు, ఈ పిల్ల లాభం లేదనేసారు. అనేసరికి నాకు విపరీతమైన దుఃఖం, ఏడుపు, పౌరుషం ఒక పక్క. నన్ను వద్దు అనేసారు ఈయన, నన్ను చేయడం లేదని ఇంటికి వెళ్ళిపోయి ఆ రోజు మాస్టర్ గారు ఆయన వెనక ఆ పాక వెనకాల మాస్టర్ గారు అకాడమీలో దే యూస్ టు బి అ స్మాల్ అనదర్ రూమ్ ఇన్ ద బ్యాక్. అక్కడ యూస్ టు టీచ్. అక్కడ స్పెషల్ గా చెప్పేవారు ఈ అభినయం అంతా తీసుకెళ్లి మాస్టర్ గారు. అక్కడికి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆయన వెళ్ళిపోయి ఆయన వెనకాలే ఈ ఫాలోడ్ అంటిల్ ద గేట్. రేపు వస్తానండి అని వెళ్ళిపోయారు. Then I just non-stop trying. And then Master Garu said, ఇలా అయితే లాభం లేదు, నువ్వు ఇట్లా ఏడిస్తే చెయ్యాలి అని ఒక పట్టుదల రావాలి, అప్పుడే చేయగలవు నువ్వు. ఇలాగే చాలా మంది కామెంట్ చేస్తారు, చేస్తే ఇట్లాగే చేస్తావా అంటే. Then I really went home and really revived the whole class, what we went through and where I was really missing. I was so young, not very matured about each abhinaya and all that stuff. సో అప్పుడు మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆయన సిగ్గాయనోయమ్మ ఎందుబోతివి అది చేసుకుంటూ అభినయంతో చేస్తూ ఆ కృష్ణుడిని వెతకటం దరువు. అది ఐ జస్ట్ డెమాన్స్ట్రేట్. అది అంటే ఎన్నిసార్లు మాస్టర్ గారు చేయించారంటే అంటే ఇప్పుడు వి డిడ్ దిస్ భామకలాపం pretty much 9 years ago in Atlanta for university. But when I was doing in India, it was much slower. చాలా విళంబ కాలంలో వెళ్ళి బ్యాలెన్స్ చేసుకుంటూ మామ క్యారెక్టర్ ప్లస్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ యూ డూ ది అభినయ. నిజంగా కృష్ణుని ఎతకటము ఉండాలి, పాదం స్టెప్ తప్పకూడదు. అంటే ఐ వాజ్ లర్నింగ్ దట్. ఎంత టెన్షన్ గా ఉండేది. ఇట్ వాజ్ లైక్ so much that the body and mind had to sync with the song, sync with the mood, sync with the character, as well as sync with the entire orchestra, the beat, Natuvangam avanni. That's first thing I think that Bhamakalapam taught me so much. My experience with Master Garu learning that Abhinaya was, I will never forget that in my life. I'll just show
like, yes, please, we would like to see the clip.
Yes.
Thank you. That was simply amazing, Akka. Oh my God. I personally never learned Indubothivi. I just learned first the Darus and then Indubothivi nenu eppudu నేర్చుకోలేదు. So maybe this gives me an opportunity to come to you and learn Indubothivi.
అంటే
Oh my God. The
అప్పుడు
gatti.
మాస్టర్ గారు ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇంకా రకరకాల మలుపులతో ఉండేది.
Malupulu, yeah.
As you know, time goes by.
Yes.
You condense the show
Correct.
for the audience sake and for the timing, all that.
Timing, yes.
So అందుకని కూడా కొంచెం we had
Correct.
to make it little
Correct.
short అన్నమాట.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this Abhinaya is a great experience for me.
Yes.
Balancing the two.
Abhinaya and I think almost all the గతులు వచ్చినట్టున్నాయి దీంట్లో. All the gatis and then
చతురస్రమే మెయిన్లీ
ఎక్కువ మెయిన్
అభిసారిక నాయిక చూపిస్తూ ఆవిడ కృష్ణుడు కోసం వెళ్ళిపోవడము అవి అప్పుడు మాస్టర్ గారు చెప్పేవారు. ఇది అభిసారిక నాయిక, ఇది పోషిత భద్రుక నాయిక, కలహాంతరిత, విరహోత్కంఠిత ఇవన్నీ చెప్పేవారు. అంటే విరహోత్కంఠిత అంటే ఐ యూస్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ విరహోత్కంఠిత. But as you go by, as you mature, you really feel it. You feel it, you experience it. And ante I always in my Abhinaya class with Master Garu, whether it's a Javali, Padam or any drama sequences, go back and constantly it goes in my mind. Constantly. Ante Abhinaya meeda naaku anta oka drishti undedi appudu. మాస్టర్ గారు చెప్పేవారు కూడాను, అంటే అభినయం అంటే ఏదో ఏదో నటించటం కాదు, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ లోపల నుంచి రావాలి. అంతేకాకుండా ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు సస్టైన్ no matter what, whether it's slow or fast, or even in the dramas when you are with the characters, when other character is enacting, the reactions are very important, right?
Correct.
So adi kuda continuous abhinayam undali. You don't break or give a blank face.
Correct.
Okay, they are doing, it's not my part. No.
No.
So alantivani little things he used to observe. Very little things. As I go back home, ఎంత ఇదేంటి ఇది మనం అసలు దాని గురించి ఆలోచన ఎంత అంటే, it doesn't matter. It's a small character standing next to you or is somebody else standing next to you. You
Right.
give that reaction constantly, because even though it's a solo piece, the character మన ఏంటి ఒక సోలో ఐటమ్స్ లో కూడా మనం ఎపిసోడ్స్ అన్ని చూపిస్తాం. ఒక చిన్న డ్రామా ఎలిమెంట్ ఇస్తాం, అందులో మల్టిపుల్ క్యారెక్టర్స్, అనేక పాత్రాభినయాలు చేస్తాం. ఈ క్యారెక్టర్ చాలా, అది ఒకటి సంథింగ్ వెరీ యూనిక్ మాస్టర్ గారి దాంట్లో. అండ్ అలాగే జావలీస్, నేను ఆయన జావలీస్ లో అసలు ఇంకా చెప్పక్కర్లేదు. 80s లోనే నాకు మెల్లగా మాస్టర్ గారు, అఫ్ కోర్స్ హీ టాట్ వాణి పొందు అవన్నీ ఇంతకు ముందు అందరికీ నేర్పించారు. బట్ శోభక్క వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ హీ స్టార్టెడ్ కోరియోగ్రాఫింగ్ దోస్ జావలీస్. అండ్ ఎవ్రీ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఖండిత నాయక ఎలా ఉండాలి, వాణి పొందు చాలు వద్దని అంటే, రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ nasal movements, he will not be convinced if it's not there. అలాగా ఒక్కొక్కటి అన్నమాట. అట్లాగే 84లో మేము ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళాము, అమెరికాకు వచ్చినప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ టైం ఐ డిడ్ ది ఎంటైర్ రోల్ ఆఫ్ శ్రీనివాస్ కళ్యాణంలో లక్ష్మి నుంచి పద్మావతి. అప్పటి వరకు వి వర్ డూయింగ్, ఐ మీన్ శోభక్క ఫుల్ గా చేసేవారు. ఆడు వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత ఆ పాత్ర 2 భాగాలుగా అయిపోయింది. పద్మావతి పార్ట్ ఒకళ్ళు, లక్ష్మి పార్ట్ ఒకళ్ళు, అట్లా చేయడం అయింది. బట్ కొన్ని కారణాల మూలంగా 84లో ద హోల్ పార్ట్ ఐ హ్యాడ్ టు డూ. మాస్టర్ గారు చెప్పారు అందులో చిన్న, సో దేర్ ఆర్ ఓన్లీ వెరీ 2-minute 3-minute scene gaps in between them. And all of us like, you know, we are like a team and getting us ready, go there and do it. అందులో నాకు చాలా ఇష్టమైన పీస్ ఎవడే వాడేవాడే.
Nice.
మాస్టర్ గారు అభినయంలో దట్ వన్ థింగ్ ఐ లర్న్ సో మచ్ అబౌట్, రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ ది ఐ, దృష్టి భేదాలు నుంచి అన్నమాట. అందులో ఒకటి మాస్టర్ గారు ఈజ్ వెరీ పర్టికులర్ అబౌట్, వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ లైన్, ఎవడే అతడెవడే, అందులోనే కనుదుదల చిలిపి పిలుపు, ఈ చిలిపి, some of the facial muscles you move and your eyebrows you coordinate. కొన్ని చెప్పేవారు ఆయన, చిలిపి ఒకటి, బుంగమూతి పెట్టడం ఒకటి, అవన్నీ those expressions you would never give up on. రాలేదనుకోండి, do it. No matter what, how late it gets, sometimes evenings 9 or 10 he will make sure that I get
that expression. You get that.
ఒక్కసారి ఆయన పర్టికులర్ గా ఈ టూర్ లోనే 84 అమెరికా టూర్ లో he just called me and said, okay నేను ఒక అభినయం చెప్పాను నువ్వు చేయలేదు అన్నారు. నాకు అర్థమే కాలేదు ఏంటో అది. I was trying to recall what did he say. He particularly called and said that ఎవడే ఉంది కదా దాంట్లో కళ్ళు ఎంత ఇంపార్టెంటో తెలుసా నీకు. He said like the eyes are so important. You, the way you look at a mugdha nayika, శ్రీనివాసుని చూసి ఇంకా ఆవిడ దృష్టి ఎటు మల్లదు, అంత నిండిపోయినాడు ఆమె మనసులో, ఆమె లక్ష్మీ స్వరూపం. అంత మనసులో శ్రీనివాసుని నిండిపోయిన, ఆ కళ్ళు ఎటు వెళ్ళవు, కళ్ళు and even he used to say, you stick your eye on subject,
and then
subject,
even move,
and then move the head. and then show like eyebrows. ఇలాంటి లిటిల్ డీటెయిల్స్. ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ ఉన్నాడు శ్రీనివాసుడు.
రైట్.
He'll say, ఎవ్వాడే తల మాత్రం మన సఖీ వైపు వెళ్తుంది, మన పక్కన ఉన్న సఖీ.
రైట్.
ఈ గడ్డంతో విత్ చిన్ చూసి ఆత అప్పుడు ఎవ్వడే చూడాలి. సో దిస్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఒకటి. అండ్ దెన్ దట్ కనుదుదల చిలిపి పిలుపు, ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఇప్పుడు ఇంత అర్థమవుతుంది. మిస్ మాస్టర్ గారు at this, the way he corrected this part of the abhinaya is like something. And he said, నేను అది నువ్వు చేయలేదు, నువ్వు చెయ్యాలి అన్నారు. I said, అలాగే మాస్టర్ గారు. And then I went to the next program, కాలిఫోర్నియా వెళ్ళాము, అక్కడ చేసాము. He didn't see, నేను మర్చిపోయాను అది. What he corrected, I forgot. And మళ్ళీ మామూలుగా కనుదుదల చిలిపి పిలుపు, I just did normally and came back. He didn't forget, he didn't leave. Immediately right after the whole show, we took the makeup off and came and he said, Saskala Ilara. I said, నాకు అప్పటికి అర్థమైంది ఇదేదో something I missed. And then he called me, he said, నీకేం చెప్పాను, ఎవడేలో ఏం చేయాలి చెప్పాను, మర్చిపోయావా అని. ఏంటి మాస్టర్? And that's it. అక్కడ అందరూ ఉండగా he just blasted on me. అంటే వాట్ ఐ లెర్న్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఎంత ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ ఉండాలి ఒక అభినయం చేస్తే. ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ హియర్, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బాడీ, కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ సోల్, వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అన్నది. దట్స్ ది డెప్త్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్, దట్ ద డెప్త్ ఆఫ్ ఫీల్ దట్ హీ వాంట్స్ ది ఆర్టిస్ట్ టు కమ్ టు దట్ లెవెల్. దట్ అది then it really, I know at that moment అప్పుడు చిన్నవాళ్ళం కాబట్టి కోపడితే మనకి యాజ్ యూజువల్ ఇలా గంగ కారిపోతుంది. సో ఇలా కారిపోయిన తర్వాత లిటరలీ మాస్టర్ గారు ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ డే he made me sit next to him. Every tour he makes me sit next to him, usually in journeys, and he talks about all dance, abhinaya, all the great artists, Bala Saraswati garu, Lakshminarayan Shastri garu, వేదాంతం గారు, ఆయన చేసిన అన్ని యూస్ టు టాక్ అబౌట్. సో అలాగే నెక్స్ట్ డే ఆయన పిలిస్తే ఐ వాస్ చాలా ఉక్రోషంగా ఉండేది. మాస్టర్ గారు నన్ను తిట్టారు, నేను చెయ్యలేకపోయాను. ఒక పక్క అవమానంగా ఉండేది, ఒక పక్క కోపంగా ఉండేది నా మీద. బట్ ఐ వెంట్ అండ్ సాట్ దేర్ నెక్స్ట్ టు మాస్టర్ గారు. అండ్ దెన్ ఎంత ప్రేమ అంటే స్టూడెంట్స్ మీద కూడా, ఆయన వెంటనే ఆయన భుజం మీద చెయ్యేసి కోపడితే నెక్స్ట్ టైం చేస్తాను మాస్టర్ గారు అనాలి, ఏడవటం కాదు అని చెప్పారు అనమాట. సో దాట్ మేక్స్ యూ ఫీల్ మోర్ కంఫర్టబుల్. అండ్ ఇట్స్ డెఫినెట్లీ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ దట్ yelling is for our own good.
Yes, absolutely.
It has to be, ఆ పాత్ర ఒకటి చేస్తాను, మాస్టర్ గారి కోసం చేస్తాను నేను అది.
Absolutely, please, we would love to see that.
Sure. అంటే ఇప్పటికీ ఈ అభినయం చేస్తుంటే మాస్టర్ గారు కళ్ళ ముందు కనపడుతూ ఉంటారు. యా, నాకు ఎదురుగుండానే ఉన్నారు ఆయన. బట్ ఆయన అంటే ఈ నెవర్ యూస్ టు బి కాంప్రమైజ్డ్. ఏమాత్రం సరిగ్గా లేకపోయినా కూడా అది నేను నేర్చుకున్నాను ఆయన దగ్గర. ఇక్కడ నేర్పిస్తున్నప్పుడు కూడా ఇక్కడ పిల్లలకి చాలా మటుకు ఐ ట్రై టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ అభినయం అంటే ఏంటి. ఏదో క్లాస్కి రావడం, మనం చేయడం, వెళ్ళడం కాదు. వాట్ యు ఆర్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ లర్నింగ్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్, ఫస్ట్ థింగ్, సో మచ్ we learn through dance. And other thing, when you're doing a piece, try to understand what that piece is. అర్థం చెప్తూ ఉంటాను క్లాస్కి, ప్రతి ఐటమ్కి లైన్ అర్థం చెప్తుంటాను. బట్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ ఐ రిమైండ్ దెమ్ ఎవ్రీ క్లాస్ దే కమ్, వాట్ ఆర్ వీ డూయింగ్ in this piece? What are we trying to express? What is the abhinaya involved? And even in the summer camp, we discuss a lot about Bhama Kalapam and abhinaya and Drishti Bedalu, eyebrows, Pedime Viravatalu. Javalilo, most of the Nayaka, Paraki Nayakan చూపించినప్పుడు స్వాధీన పత్రికలోంచి పరకీ నాయక వెళ్ళడము, మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ టు స్వాధీన పత్రికకి రావడము, సామాన్య నాయక, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఆ డిఫరెన్సెస్ ఐ ట్రై టు, అంటే ఇక్కడ పాప చాలా ట్రై చేస్తారు పిల్లలు. They really want to learn so much abhinaya. కొంచెం సిగ్గుపడతారు. They think, అంటే definitely there is a cultural difference between there and here. And the way we do, ఇక్కడ మనము ఇలా వస్తావా చేస్తావా అంటే మనం ఇలా అనేవాళ్ళం. Do this. So there's a little difference of nodding the head, and so I try to tell them this, and definitely the body language is different here.
Correct.
So you start from the beginning to teach them what it is and how it is, and then అలాగా ఇప్పుడు నా దగ్గర చాలా రోజులుగా నేర్చుకుంటున్న పిల్లలు ఇద్దరు, ఇవాళ డాక్టర్ రతిక గుంటూరి అండ్ సమసిత ఆకెళ్ళ. So they understand when I say something. So I was teaching them Master Garu's రుక్మిణి కళ్యాణంలోని జావళి, మన భుజంగరాజ్ శర్మ గారు రాసింది. Javalis are, we normally see javalis are padams with full of facial abhinaya without footwork.
Yes.
But this particular javali, Master Garu introduced like పెద్ద జతులన్నీ పెట్టి శిశుపాలుని దర్బార్లో ఇద్దరు డాన్సర్స్ కొరియోగ్రాఫ్ చేసి సో అది చెప్పినప్పుడు ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఎరాటిక్. ద మీనింగ్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఎరాటిక్. బలరేడా నీ మోవి కావలేరా నేడు. సో ఇవి ఇక్కడ పిల్లలకి అవన్నీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తూ చెప్పడం కూడా ఇట్స్ వెరీ హార్డ్.
Correct.
In India, there is so much we learn from the society, seeing, and it just sticks to us. అప్పుడు కూడా మేము మాస్టర్ గారు when he composed, నేను కమలా చేసాము, మాకు truly we don't know the meaning, we just did it at that time. But now when we did few years ago, we were laughing at each other in the deep meaning, erotic meaning, how beautifully he choreographed. Correct. How neat it looks, especially the body language. Ekkada kuda the dignified way of portraying that Shrungaram is just a masteriki setakoti, that beauty of it. So it's truly captivating to the eyes. So Adi, just two of my students will also.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope I'm not running late.
No, you're not. You're fine. You're fine. You're perfectly fine. You're not running late, and we are learning a lot from you. So, when you were doing, I saw I was waiting for the expressions which you just explained. Okay, Adi, Anu, and then the chilipi. So it was the way you did it. It was like, oh my God, I could see Master Garu in you. So
definitely. I used to copy him. Like I ఏం చెప్తాలో వచ్చేసేటట్టుగా కాపీ చేసేసి, then I have to present it in front of him so that he would be happy that I got the expression.
Right.
I always wanted to make sure that I make him convinced that I did the best for it. And I'm still learning so much from what he taught me years ago.
At that time.
Try to recall and try to improvise my abhinaya. Even today I try to recall all that and try to teach my students also. So I let them perform. Yes.
Thank you. That was awesome, Akka. It was really, really nice. Thank you so much.
They are my, students for learning for the past more than 10 years.
That's so
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
Ratika Gunturi is a doctor with her busy schedule. She comes and assists classes. She's
So nice.
there are such students, so many of them. They are so busy with their own professions and they come. And this is Samasrita. She's a final year college. And
And you will
all
continue.
my students are my favorite students. Like
Of
they
course,
so
yeah.
much come anytime I ask them for, and they are so much dedicated.
Rasika and Samasrita, thank you so much for being a part and then doing this. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Akka. That was a treat to eyes, and I'm sure everybody who's watching, all the Rasikas, they would say the same. They would agree with me. But the way you explained the Abhinaya, I'm saying it's like amazing. And in Kuchipudi especially, um, coming from you, you learn directly from Master Garu, and learning it from you, or at least a little bit we could learn. And if all the students were watching, if they could see the importance of Abhinaya the way you explained it, that would be really great. And my this so-called Siddhendra Aradhana, the reason why I kept it is because for the young kids to know, understand, and improvise in their own world.
Definitely, definitely. I tell all the youngsters to continue what they are learning and have the passion of it, because one day we realize how much this dance has impact on us,
Absolutely.
how much it gives us a lot of self-esteem, self-confidence, and so much it has in a lot of aesthetics we learn, the culture we learn, the background history. It is very rich. The culture is very rich. Any art form that we learn so much from that. Mainly the patience. Master గారి దగ్గర చాలా పేషెన్స్ నేర్చుకున్నాము. And Aina is like, Natya Shastrani, Abhinayananta, Avposana Pattesa.
Embodiment of Natya Shastra, I would say.
So he is the really embodiment. And I had a great experience with so many pieces like Javalis and all that, especially transferring the mood from one into another. That is a challenge, definitely a challenge. Like it's not just one mood. Our mood కరెక్ట్గా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ అవ్వాలి, ఒక దాంట్లోంచి ఒక దాంట్లోంచి ఒక దాంట్లోంచి. And then he used to choreograph, keeps changing the abhinaya. Oh no, this time this is not good, do something else. And then he would do something else, and then he would go back to that. Okay, I taught you earlier something else, can you show me that? So you have to be really, in those days there is no media like
Yeah, exactly. We don't have videos or pictures.
Videos, nothing. Everything is here. You have to remember how many times he changes the sequence of that and the remembrance of that. I really gave so much. That actually I'm trying to implement in my class also, not giving them the videos. They have to remember what they have to learn.
The first thing I would ask is, Auntie, can I have the new step video?
Exactly.
First step they would ask.
Yeah. Even mine, like they asked that, but I wanted to help them, like, recall and improve that different channel to open up and, keep that.
Yes. The brain is itself is a camera for us. Like, we should open up that channel, as you said. We should try and explore that option.
Yes.
We can keep it unended. We have to explore that
exactly.
option. Yeah.
Thank you, Sandhya, Sudha, so much for including me in the Siddhendra festival. It's really a different experience talking about whole of Abhinaya. Abhinaya is like ocean.
Correct, it is.
It's like ocean. అందులోంచి మనం ఎంత తీసుకున్నా ఇంతే
చిన్న డ్రాప్.
సో దాన్ని మనం సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోగలిగితే దెన్ జన్మ సాఫల్యం అవుతుంది. మాస్టర్.
Absolutely, Akka. But thank you for coming and then explaining and showing us what Abhinaya is for Kuchipudi, and then really, really appreciate. And it's a wonderful start for for our Siddhendra Aradhana, and I would like to see more of you in near future. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you all the audience too for being patient and watching. Yeah.
Thank you, Akka. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good night.
Namaste. Good night. Yes.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Gurubhyo Namaha.
What a wonderful start to the Siddhendra Aradhana. I don't think we could have hoped for anything more than this. Every little piece, every little line, every little explanation, it has brought so much more perspective. I'm thinking for everybody who's been watching, and like Sashikalaka said, every time you're taking just a little bit of the ocean in your hand, and every time it's different. Every time you put your hand in the ocean, there's something different that comes up. So, and that is the beauty of what we have inherited as this art.
I thank from my bottom of my heart all the artists today, Lakshmi Babu Garu, Sandhya Akka, Shashikala Akka, for explaining so well Vinaya. And when Shashikala Akka was talking about her experience about how she learned in under the tutelage of Master Garu, Dr. Ampadithina Satya Garu, and it was like I could, see myself in front of him, or he's like, and Sachikalaka's talk. It's really, I mean, she used so many words wherein I could actually see him teaching me. That's how depth it was. It was wonderful. But that was our concluding item for today, Sneha, and it was a wonderful start, I would say. Thank you for being my support pillar.
Mine.
And thank you all the audience for being and watching the program until the end. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, and I will see you all tomorrow 10 a.m. with another wonderful piece. And we have Anupama Kailashaka coming in and talking about again Abhinaya, but different Annamaya song. So Abhinaya in Annamaya's as Kirtana. So that's another vast topic. You wouldn't want to miss it. So I would like to see all of you, including you, Sneha, of course, to join and then take a small another gulp of Abhinaya. All right. Have a good night. On that note, have wonderful Abhinaya oriented dreams. Have a good night.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.